They just passed a bill in the state of California that you can kill a kid, a baby, 28 days after it's been born.
Mm.
So
It's
exciting.
called
Amazing.
infanticide.
That's called murder.
Yeah.
28 days after 28 days after it was born, or 28 days after conception.
No, after it's born.
No, after it was born,
After
post birth.
birth, bro. After birth. You heard right. How do they justify that, Layla? Do you know like what they're even? How did they get that through? I mean, it's just so egregious.
I haven't even read it. I only just saw this guy. He did. Hold on, I can share the video where this. Hold on. Let me see.
It's 28
Yeah, you heard right,
days
Brian.
after
Can
the
you
baby
believe
was
that?
born.
Clear.
28 days after the baby was born. Like,
Here.
yeah, I need to hear more information on that.
Post-inspection of this bill
I know, man. It's shocking.
does allow for the legalization of the killing of innocent newborn children up to the age of 28 days. A yes vote is an unequivocal and complete approval of the legalized killing of a newborn baby. And with all of my heart, I oppose AB 2223 and urge you to vote no.
2223.
Thank you very much. We will go to
The ambiguity of the bill is clear. However, a close inspection of this bill does allow for the legalization of the killing of innocent newborn children up to the age of 28 days. A yes vote is an unequivocal and complete approval of the legalized killing of a newborn baby. And with all of my heart, I oppose AB 2223 and urge you to vote no.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
very
that was a
much. We will go to,
gynecologist giving testimony.
Bill 2223. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. 3 sixes. 666. How convenient.
They don't even give a fuck anymore. They don't care. They don't
Right in our
care.
faces,
They're
man.
burning babies in Baltimore. They don't care. They're done. You know what? They're done giving a fuck, and I'm done giving a fuck.
Hell yeah, girl.
Like,
Burn the goddamn
I'm
ships, folks.
not-
It's past due.
I'm not gonna
Burn
I'm
the
not
ships.
I'm not gonna bring it down to the ground. I'm not gonna bring it down to earth. I'm not gonna make
What's the-
guys who wrote for Mitt Romney feel more comfortable. It's like, look, people are Satanists. You're either with the satanic cult or you're not.
Fact.
Choose a
That
side.
don't even. I don't know. What's that bill called? Because I don't even. I ain't gonna lie, man. That don't even sound correct. Because
AB
It doesn't sound
2223.
correct.
AB
Who's by a
Testimony.
computer right now? Can you pull up California AB 2223 is the number.
I believe I was told it was 7 days after birth, but I may
Let's
be
read
wrong.
it, guys. I want to go through this because I can't
Please
imagine
give
them
me the
justifying it.
testimony. That was from.
because there's literally no way you could justify that. That's a
Yes, you
child.
can.
That's literally.
Oh,
That's
they
literally
could,
a
Yes,
child.
they can.
no,
They've
I
already
know.
That's a child. But I'm not saying. Look, I got to read the bill. I got to read the details.
I'm trying to pull it up right now,
One
Brian, but
testimony.
my system's fighting me.
Yo, someone
Because
said
I want to get it clear.
poison.
I don't. Because what I don't want is I don't want people misinforming people. Like I'm not saying that y'all are.
I'm just showing the
I'm
testimony.
not saying that you are. What I'm saying is that I want to get it right before we say
Hang on,
that.
guys.
Because
I
that
got
don't
it
even
coming up
sound
right
correct.
now. 1 second. I'll read it to us. All
They
right.
put
So
ambiguity into the bill, but ultimately that's what it's for. After it's post-birth, it doesn't matter if it's 7 days or 28 days. The baby has already been born.
Post-birth.
Layla Hunt, can you do me a
Period.
favor? My system's kind of fighting me. Can you pull up the actual bill itself and read it to us a little bit? I'd like to hear them justify this because I'm with Brian. It's stunning, but I've seen enough evidence to make me realize like this is going on right now. There's no conspiracy.
Don't you remember when New York tried to pass a bill for doing the same thing up to 9 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like so mind blowing because like Brian was saying, there is no, you can't justify this in any shape or form. So it's like, how did this get through? It's impossible to believe, but from what I can understand, it's gone
for
through.
this in Congress. They've already argued for this. There's been
Yeah, there's been some arguments about this kind of stuff already before. That's why that New York bill came up. I think it was 2 years ago. They tried to pass a
What New
bill.
York bill exactly? The 9-month thing.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the bill. You got to look it up, but it was in New York trying to push for abortions up to 9 months after birth.
I'm trying to pull this bill up right now, 223. If any of you guys got a computer can help me out, my system's jamming up, but I'd really like to read it. Come on. Yeah, because it's a wild world right now, man. Like,
because that's nuts. Because I don't, man. That's like murder. That's literally fucking murder right there. Like,
well, of course, that's the point. The bill would delete the requirement that a coroner hold inquests for death related to or following known or suspected self-induced or criminal abortion, and would delete the requirement that an unattended fetal death be handled as a death without medical attendance.
Wait, what was that word?
Basically, that's saying that if you were suspected that you killed the kid after birth, that there would not be any autopsy performed, and that you basically are being relinquished from any responsibility because they still consider it a fetus.
And I believe the word they used there, I can't remember what it was, but on medical or whatever, like they're basically saying, even if you don't have like a medical need for that baby to die after death, no questions asked, guys. In the first 28 days, do what you want.
The bill would prohibit using the coroner's statements on the certificate of fetal death to establish, bring, or support a criminal prosecution or civil cause of damages against any person.
Now, why do they justify doing this? What is their reason for doing this?
Yeah, now that's a little bit different than abortion, though. That's basically, let me get this correct, though. So basically, they're saying if the baby dies after a certain period of time, they won't hold it against you. So if you have a baby that's born and 28 days later, the baby dies, they won't hold it against you in criminal court. Is that what they
won't? They won't investigate it as a potential murder.
The autopsy. It says you can't use coroner's statements. So basically, they're saying if the autopsy shows that you killed the baby, that cannot be admitted into court.
Okay, now that's fucked up. Yeah. That's a little bit different than abortion.
It's way different than abortion, dude. It's actually
worse.
It's
actually a lot fucking worse.
That child is born. That child is now viable. It's
holy
no longer a fetus. Shit. It's a baby. No denying that. By any definition, it's a baby.
Now, I believe that. I can believe that part. I can believe that. 100%.
What a world we live in. You can believe that. You know what I mean, bro? I feel you. You can believe that. But it's
because I feel like they're gonna justify it by saying some bullshit about the baby's health and black people not having.
Listen. They start off section 1.
It gets better.
Listen, they start off section 1. This whole thing they declare the following: reproductive justice is a framework created by black women in 1994 to address the intersectionality and manufactured issues of women of color and their families. So they're fucking pinning it on black women.
It's critical race theory. It's critical race theory.
It's literally critical race theory. Well, black women, they're poor, so they can kill their babies. Like, what?
Right. No, I can tell you how they justify it. And I can probably guess. And I don't even fucking know, but I could probably guess what they're probably how they're justifying it is they're gonna say that since black women's children are more likely to die after birth, we can't investigate them. I'm saying that's how
black women need reproductive justice.
They're saying these women have lost all accountability, starting with the right to have an abortion, which means that the accountability is lost at opening your legs and having sex, which is a child, conceiving a child is a very likely consequence of that. But okay, we want to extend it even further. Even after they've chosen to forego pregnancy and have a healthy, otherwise sustainable child, by all definitions, is a baby, not a fetus anymore. They still have no responsibility to that child. If it dies in the first 28 days, no questions asked. Don't look into her.
Don't look into her. Don't look at her. Don't look into her. Yeah, that's fucking nuts right there.
Wild, man.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. The way that's worded, that would not just apply to a woman abandoning a baby. That could be somebody killing her baby, and they would neither be held accountable because the coroner's statements cannot be admitted in court.
Of course, it opens the door to killing it and doing God knows what else, to torturing it, because no questions asked in the first 28 days, period. That's what they're saying with this. If that baby dies in the first 28 days after it's born, who are we to ask? That's not a murder. That's what they're saying.
That's sick,
can't be.
Dude.
It can't even be determined to be a murder.
So that means even
it
if
could be
someone
determined to be a murder, but that
this,
evidence will never be used in court. The coroner
if
may very well
somebody
determine that, but it doesn't matter. He cannot be used in court.
the
That's
way
crazy.
that's worded, bro, if somebody killed that woman's baby and she said that someone murdered her baby, the coroner's statements could not be admitted into court
Oh,
Can you
for not even a
imagine how
civil trial.
sick this is?
wow.
You can literally snatch people's babies and kill them, and you know you will get
This,
off
guys, you
scot-free.
understand, this is not anything about protecting women or women's rights or reproductive health. This is so these sick fucks can get away with kidnapping.
Yep, dude, you just made me realize the full extent of this. This is literally, guys, this is the Pandora's box to hell. This bill right here.
This really is. Yes, exactly. This literally is because
They need to find out whatever
they couldn't pull off
politician wrote this.
COVID, so they need more energy and they need more fuel and they need these babies to fuel that.
Oh wow, dude!
That's what
suddenly
if they gotta burn them, if they have to like grab their organs, grab whatever. But let's be clear: these people are dark satanic witches. Okay,
it's insane because dude, think about this. Not only is it taking the accountability away from the mother who may want to harm or murder her child, it's also taking the mother's parental rights away from her if somebody murders her child. It's the most devious thing I've ever come across. This is insane.
This is really evil. This is super evil. This is super.
Can you, Layla, can you go on any further in the bill? Like, does it at all justify this? Like, we're doing this measure because of what?
So reproductive justice is a human right to control our bodies, sexuality, gender, work, and reproduction. The right can only be achieved when all people, particularly women and girls, have the complete economic, social, and political power and resources to make healthy decisions about their bodies, families, and communities.
And the key word is healthy decisions. Let me read y'all something real quick because this is what I just found on this fucking bill. This is from the California Globe. It says 2 attorneys from reproductive justice law firms representing the 2 women who were prosecuted spoke in support of AB 2223 and explained the criminal prosecutions. One of the women was charged with first-degree murder. So this is who they're fighting for. One of the women was charged with first-degree murder for the stillbirth of her infant because the mother was addicted to and using meth while pregnant. But the attorney claimed meth addiction cannot cause stillbirth. The second attorney took the creative language even further, stating that women should not be criminally prosecuted for a stillbirth or pregnancy loss or for self-managing an abortion.
Okay, so
self-managing an abortion.
So
that's the most sadistic term I've ever heard.
That's essentially saying that they're using the stillbirths of an addict as an excuse so that they can give other people the right to kill a baby.
This is equivalent to Joe Biden passing that bill, or I don't even know if it's a bill or what, but where he raised like $1 billion to pass out crack pipes and needles. It's the same thing.
This is even more egregious. Just when you thought that couldn't,
but
be
more
surpassed.
Egregious.
Couldn't be surpassed. Joe, you keep outdoing yourself, buddy. That's one thing I can say about you, man. Take it to the next level, Biden. Fucker.
It's crazy. This is nuts, man. Wow.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what's crazy is that California always sets the precedent for the rest of the country. And
why do you think that is, man? Do you have any speculation on that?
Yeah, because
why is that the hotbed?
Bro, Hollywood. It's Hollywood, bro. It's the
hub
of
fashion.
So they chose it a while ago.
Pop culture.
Designated as such,
it's the hub of fashion, music, pop culture, and other industries that create the Silk Road that sends all that information out to people in other parts of the country. So they're indoctrinating and hypnotizing and spellcasting on the entire country from the hub, like they're saying.
The propaganda hub, propaganda fluent lady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's very
propaganda
occult.
hub.
It's very occult. They have the Church of Satan. The founding Church of Satan is in San Francisco.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, the term Hollywood literally comes from the holly tree branch. It was used in satanic rituals for like conjuring and stuff like that. That's a wink to it.
It is.
Very obvious.
I think and I'm not saying, look, I agree with that. I agree that they got some bullshit going on, but I think it's more so these people trying to go against traditional values. They're trying to change. Yeah, they're trying to change.
God
Yeah,
is
they're trying to change what people's tradition is. Yeah, and God is one of them. And I'm
Godly
not even a
natural
religious
way,
person,
the way of
but
nature. They're trying to turn that upside down. That's what Satanists do. They're like, look, I'm not an atheist. In fact, I read the Bible. I probably know it better than you. I resonated with the Bible. I resonated with the character of Satan. If there is an almighty loving God, fuck him. I'm here to fuck his order up because he didn't give that to me. Nobody else is going to get that loving peace here either. I'm going to take as many people as I can out with me, destroy it on my way, and hopefully set up my guy with an army so that when he gets his rematch with God this time, he wins.
You know what's crazy, bro, is that I don't even know if I should say this.
Go
Like
on, man. You can't hold us.
I studied the elite for like 20 years, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys seen my content or if you see my content, Nick.
Bro,
Like, some of the
Angel, guys,
people
I
that
got to say, I feel like I'm informed on this quite well. I've done it over the years myself for about that long. Angel is one man I've come across that definitely I go to like ask questions about. This guy's very well studied on this. An expert, dare I say.
yeah, I mean, the thing is after like so much researching, all that I've researched, bro, I've come to the conclusion that there is a consolidation of power, wealth, and resources by a group of people who are most likely, or at least they believe, they're being influenced by something of a higher power that has convinced them that time is running out, and so they're trying to speed up technology and all this stuff to try to use it in a way to locate and find and kill God, because they need
Literally,
to.
dude, it's God versus them. It's coming to a head. It's a showdown, and this
Yeah.
is their
What
rematch.
they
It's all or nothing.
what
They're all in.
they're trying to do is avoid what they know is coming. See,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
way that I try to explain it is like this: is like God is think of God as um he's like both the creator of a quantum computer and the quantum computer itself. And that quantum computer was running simulations to show all the different various things that can happen if all this life had been created in its variety. And the reason that, like in the Bible, it says God saw that it was good and all this. It talks about him making male and female before he even Adam and Eve. What is it talking about? It's talking about he ran a simulation. He saw everything that was going to happen before it happened. And then he allowed it to happen. But then he slowed down this process of time and broke it up into a bunch of separate avatars, sentient beings, which is me and you. See, God needed a face to be seen, somebody to see it. He needed to learn about himself. And he's on this journey of self-development. And in that journey of self-development, it's very important that he identifies things about himself that he does not want to continue carrying on with after the simulation. So everything that's wicked, everything that is pure evil, everything that we would consider to be the worst characteristics that someone can have, he's literally purging it out of himself in this simulation. And with the technology and the science that these people have discovered, not just of recent, but of all the technologies that exist in the antediluvian age before the flood, pre-flood era, they determined that's why they're trying to build the Tower of Babel to go up and kill God. But here's where the modern technology comes in. They realize they look up in space, he's not there. They look under the rocks, he's not there. They look deep into the hollow earth, he's not there. They look into subatomic particles, he's not there. But every time they look at a human face, they know who's behind it and they hate it. So they have to create a way to try to find and kill God. And the only way to do that is to suppress expression, to dumb people down, to kill creativity, censor your thoughts. This is why they want to start putting brain implants in people so they can control your. It ain't about the metaverse. Imagine this. They're talking about uploading your consciousness to a microchip and you can live in the metaverse forever. Why? So they can auto-correct your thoughts through these devices before they want to do it. They're trying to stop and kill God before it's too late, because they know once everything gets purged out of him and the simulation has run its course, there will no longer exist, because they'll be purged out of God, and without God there is no life, and they're desperately trying to stop it to save themselves.
Yeah. Well said.
It's like a degenerate, desperate addict that is spiraling out of control on a fast trajectory to rock bottom, and they're causing hell all around them, taking anybody with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't care what somebody believes in. To be honest, man, like if you don't want to believe in God, that's fine. The fact of the matter is that I think it's more simpler than that. I think I think these people just generally don't give a fuck about. They just don't give a fuck about laws. They don't give a fuck about rules, and they're doing it to stay in office. Like for instance, this bill that I'm reading right here, it allows. It also allows women to sue any police department or legal authority which arrests or charges her for hurting her or killing her child under provisions of the bill. And the bill is co-sponsored by ACLU, California Action, Black Women for Wellness, California Latinas for Reproductive Justice. I mean, look at these fucking people that's sponsoring this bullshit.
Like, it protects them from prosecution from cops. They could basically intimidate a cop into not pursuing them after murdering.
They can sue them.
Yeah, with legally intimidate them. It's like, what cop is going to fucking be able to do his job if you can get sued for it?
These politicians are doing this. They're doing this to stay in office because they know that these idiots that's out here that don't want to hold themselves accountable, they don't want to hold themselves to the law. They know they're going to go out and vote for them so they can pretty much look at California right now. They want to keep it just like that.
It's much larger than that because let's be honest, these people, they're not paying attention to what's happening in politics. This is part of a big agenda. These people don't know they don't care. They don't know who these people who are passing the bills. They don't know anything. They're watching TV. This is part of a larger agenda to destabilize and they are completely taking America down from the inside out. They need to take away our reproduction. They need to slow down the population. All of this fentanyl, all of these things, all of the crime in California, all of it is all related to destroying our economy, destroying the people, so that there's going to be nothing left.
I'm telling you, if you boil it down to what it really is, you don't have to believe in anything. They believe in God, and they are desperate to stop this from coming, for whatever's coming. Whether they fully understand what it is or not, whether they fully believe what we believe or not, they believe something enough that they are scared shitless of people, of this creative spirit, whatever you want to call it, this spark of consciousness that all people have, that cause them to be sovereign individual beings that can create and create ideas and create new systems and things where we don't need them. This is why they suppress certain things like free energy technologies and stuff like that. They just don't want you to be able to choose anything for yourself. They want you to feel completely dependent on the system, and they got to create a lot of turmoil. They got to create a lot of anxiety and insecurity.
And they've always done that. That's their age-old game. But guys, they're moving towards checkmate, man. The New World Order is moving towards checkmate, man. If they implement some of the things they're trying to do now, getting in our brains and stuff like that, in our DNA and everything, like they've done to a lot of people already, you're never getting them out.
I think that people allowed this shit to happen. Like, I can't really blame it all.
Slavery is consensual, bro.
I think because I think it all boils down to money. I think these people will just want to get paid, and they're doing it at the expense of people.
No, it's not even the money. I've seen these people. They're basic. These people are basic. They have Toyota Corollas. They're basic.
The people that are actually disseminating this information or these protocols, they don't care about money. They print money. It has no value to them.